On today's episode, we discuss the new Wonder Woman movie and why it was not good. He's Jay, I'm Alan, that's Ben.
Three bros with three opinions, and they're all negative about this movie.
This is Movie Jabs.
Let's go.
What a disappointment. I mean, infuriatingly disappointed. But here, let's talk about why this movie sucked. The very first...
How much time do we got?
Yeah, well, the first reason...
It's gonna be a long one.
The first reason why this movie sucked, aside from the script, aside from everything else, I'm having an aneurysm.
Big deal, the script.
I'm having an aneurysm. The CG in this looked like it was from the prequels of Star Wars. Well, it was really bad.
I think we said that in the trailer.
It was really bad. I think we saw the trailer.
We're like, this movie's gonna be
the CG is really bad.
Do you want to get into a quick synopsis, or do you want to get?
Yeah, everybody knows it's Wonder Woman is 1984. Right. She's alive and her boyfriend's dead. We're gonna get into all that, but this movie was terrible. But the CG. So the first 15 minutes. What was the point?
Oh, were there?
What was the point?
Those like Amazon like games.
Yeah, like I get it. She's from Themyscira. That's like you want to show that, but it referenced back to nothing in the movie. I was watching that. It referenced back to nothing in the movie. I was watching.
I'm like, I don't get why this is in here, and I feel like it was a filler.
And it looked like I thought Anakin was gonna fly by in his little speeder from the first episode of Star Wars.
They finished the movie and they're
so
like,
bad.
We need another 15 minutes. Let's go back and put all that in.
Well, here's the thing: the studio told her take it out.
They did,
and she refused. Patty Jenkins was like, no, we need that. And they're like, no, you don't. Take it out.
Yeah, the studio wanted to do it without it. And she's like, no, it's good. And hey.
No, it was bad. It was bad. It was dumb to begin with. Like the little Olympics they had to show her like being a powerful little girl. Great. Everybody already knows that. You don't need to do that. She's Wonder Woman. We get it. Nobody cares. Unnecessary. And it would have been okay if it circled back to something during the movie. But it didn't circle back to anything.
Yeah, it never did. I was...
You don't need to watch the first 15 minutes at all. So, aside from that, that was terrible. That was terrible. That was horrible.
Well, the rest of the 15...
That was...
The rest of the 45 minutes.
That was horrendous. And the CG in that was some of the worst I've ever seen. Some of the worst... I mean, Breach was a little bit better than that. Let me say, Breach was
What was their budget? What was their budget?
Massive. Massive.
It was actually... It was a lot. That's
massive.
So...
They pocketed or what?
I don't know. But here's the thing: if you're gonna make a top tier superhero movie like Wonder Woman, Superman, or Batman from the DC universe to compete with Marvel, you have to have it look as good or better than your competition. It doesn't even come close. It doesn't even.
It's not the same.
It doesn't even scratch the surface of the Marvel quality.
Not good.
Yeah. So then let's talk about the other biggest problem in this. Aside that the movie was just dumb to begin with. The fact that she makes a wish on the wishing stone thing that turns Cheetah into Cheetah to bring back Steve Trevor.
Yeah.
He took over another man's body. And no one cared.
You look like you saw a ghost.
So that
no one cared.
That I didn't get.
She's having intercourse with another man's body with no remorse for his life that she stole.
Well, she didn't steal it. It's just
she stole it.
It's just not him anymore.
Well, she wished for her boyfriend to come back. He got put in another man's body. She had intercourse with that man. Never once mentioned, oh, I feel bad for this guy's life that I just destroyed and stole.
She's just trying to bang.
What was the point?
It wasn't stolen. It was more of just lease.
You know what? I'm ready to go.
I think we can do better.
Parachute pants?
Yeah.
Does everybody parachute now?
It wasn't leased. She was going to keep it. She was never going to give it back.
She kept that winner.
She was never going to give it back. And it was Steve Trevor that said, no, we can't do this. This is not good. But he didn't say it was because I'm stealing another man's body. He was looking in the mirror like, oh, I can get used to being this guy.
I look moldy.
Screw him.
I look moldy.
Screw him. That's what it was.
So, do you know what I didn't like?
It's like if Alan died, he'd want to come back as me.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
He'd be like, look at that body. It's moldy.
I wouldn't mind an upgrade. No, but you know what I didn't like? So to me, when you're doing a superhero movie, what's important, just as important as superhero, is the villains.
Oh yeah, these villains were lame.
If you have a bad villain, like it has no like staying power. It's kind of like it doesn't make sense. And these, yeah, I'm not.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And these didn't make sense. I hated Cheetah. At the end of the movie, she actually turned into a cheetah.
Well, she's supposed to from the comics. Yeah, she's supposed to.
But like how?
But here's the thing.
I'm not. Do you know what else I didn't like too? Like this was I even said this during the movie when Wonder Woman has the armor of her people, like literally where it's the entire Amazon race like gave like this one warrior all the armor, right? What was her name?
I don't remember the name, but it's from it's the Kingdom Come armor from the comics.
Yeah, right. So
it's supposed to be like their strongest armor ever.
In the scene, Cheetah takes it apart in 3 swings. I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah, it didn't. You can't. It's a continuity issue. You can't say this is the strongest armor ever, and then have a Catwoman come and tear it to shreds.
Yeah,
it's just
aluminum foil.
It made no sense.
Yes.
Yeah, it was aluminium.
Yeah, and then back to the CG stuff. Well, the quality of that costume was bad because when she squished up against the wall, you could see the metal fabric of the costume getting squished. And like, that's supposed to be metal. Metal doesn't do that.
How close is it to the TV?
Very close. Very close. so that was one major problem. So the whole plot's stupid. Just the plot's stupid.
I hated the main villain.
Cheetah, when she finally turns into Cheetah, which took too long in my opinion, she should have turned into Cheetah much earlier. But when she finally turned into Cheetah, the CG for that, she looked like a diseased patient.
She looked like a leprosy.
Yeah, she did not look like a badass Cheetah. She is supposed to be a badass, cool-looking Cheetah. She looked like her hair was falling out and she was dying. So the whole premise is you go to this you get this wishing stone from a god that gives you wishes, but it also takes something of equal value away from you.
It's a classic monkey paw. Like you get something, but it's not for free. You're gonna lose something.
Right. So she lost her humanity and turned into the primal animal that she wanted to like have She wanted to be an apex predator. Yeah. So it turned her to an apex predator.
Bad decision.
Yeah. Well, no, she didn't care. She liked it. She was cool with it.
Still a bad decision.
Yeah. But she was cool with it, and I'm fine with that. But who they picked to play Cheetah? Kristen Wiig? Get out of here. Get out of here. Kristen Wiig is not a badass villain. She can't, no.
Not believable.
No, not at all. You can't put a comedian in the role of a badass. It doesn't work. It was terrible. The acting,
I think during the trailer you were complaining about that.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig.
That was a huge gripe from the trailer.
Don't get me wrong. I don't hate Kristen Wiig. I have no problem.
But in this role.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Kristen Wiig, but she should not have been in this role. They should have picked someone else. Someone else of equal caliber to Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot, however you say her name. Yeah. They should have had somebody of equal caliber to play another badass.
Someone else that you hate
to make you just as interested. No. But some, you know, a good superhero movie, you can feel for the villain and you can root for the villain. Like Thanos, you rooted for Thanos a little bit, and for the Joker, you rooted for the Joker. You rooted for Heath Ledger a little bit, and you need that dynamic in these kind of movies. And if you put a lame duck actor in that role, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, somewhat likable villains are like the best.
They should be. They should be.
Lame duck actor.
Yeah, well, they should be. Well, lame duck in this role.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
But then here's the other problem: Pedro Pascal. Guy's cool. I like him. He's the Mandalorian. He's awesome as the Mandalorian. What the heck was this role? What was this role?
So I was gonna say I didn't get what his like actual powers were.
Well, he became the stone.
No, I get that, but I'm like then. That's it then. It's
well,
like,
no, because the stone.
Then he wants people to make wishes like for him.
Because now he's the stone. No, he gets to take something of equal value from them.
I get all that, but he also looked like an animal. Like towards the end, like it was just like it was literally
not to mention he's standing in the middle when he finally gets access to all the satellites and cameras and stuff, and when he's finally going up against Gal Gadot, she's standing in the middle. Where'd the wind come from? Where'd the wind that's blowing him all around come from?
Yeah,
where did all the dust and stuff come from? He's just talking to a camera. Where'd that come from?
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't anywhere else in the movie. It never happened before. Why was there wind? Why did he have to scream? It didn't make any sense. It was really stupid.
Let's rate this thing.
It was really stupid. Hold on. I'm not done yet. There's a lot to hate about this. A lot to hate about this movie. So Wonder Woman in the comics, there's variations of her over the years in the comics. In the early like 60s and stuff, or like when she was first invented, she couldn't fly. But in 1987, she learned how to fly. Well, the new writer just made it so she could fly. In this, she learned how to fly, and the flying scenes in this looked
they were bad.
They looked like they were out of like a early 90s WB show. It was bad.
To go along with that, you also found out how she gets her invisible jet. Because she always in the comics she always has an invisible jet. That's like her thing.
Yeah, and it was gifted to her in the comics.
Yeah, but in this one it's like she's like my dad taught me, and it's like she touches the jet and she turns it invisible while Steve's piloting.
Yeah. So there's no build up to it.
And also
it would make sense.
Why were the seats next to each other? In a fighter jet.
That plane has that's real. That's legit.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Some of the older school fighter jets did that. But anyway, so
my bad.
So the whole invisible thing, it was just so convenient. Everything that happened in this movie was convenient. Oh, it's lightning. I'm going to lasso the lightning. Convenient. Oh, I need to fly now. Now I can do it. Convenient.
Yeah,
oh, we need to get unseen by radar because there's radar. Invisible. Convenient. There's no build-up, no explanation, no also, precursor to why this is going to happen.
It just is what it is.
It just is what it just happened.
Even if the jet is invisible, radar will still see it. It bounces off the material. It doesn't, like radar's not, it's not eyes. It bounces off the actual material and it comes back.
Whatever. It was stupid.
It is stupid.
And it's not even how she got the invisible jet in the comics. So they were just trying to give a nod back to the comics. They were trying to give a nod back to the comics, but it was totally pointless. You didn't need to do that. It was dumb. Waste of time. But here's the other major flaw of this movie.
Oh, there's more?
Oh, two more things. Two more things. These go together.
There's more.
These go together. These go together.
Billy Mays.
1984. This is an 80s movie. And they had the greatest opportunity to give this thing the greatest soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack I thought was very mediocre.
They did not play into any good 80s music. There was nothing good. And they played the Wonder Woman that crap over and over. Never played some good 80s music. I was like, at least give me something good to listen to. Give me some tunes.
I love the 80s genre.
You're not a big music guy either.
No, but I like 80s music.
Well,
so do I. But
who doesn't?
I love the 80s genre, so I thought that's why maybe they did the cliche like CGI scenes where because it was 80s themed.
Oh, so the movie's based on the 80s, so we got to make it look bad?
No. I'm not saying they made it look bad. I'm saying maybe that's why they did the whole like when she has her crown, she kind of goes back and the camera zooms.
Oh, dude,
so that was very 80s-esque like themed. But it was just done wrong.
But you don't need that. Just be in the 80s and be a badass. Be a badass in the 80s. Don't sit here and do some jewelry store heist and make it the most corny thing ever and tell the little girl, shh, don't tell anybody I'm Wonder Woman, even though everybody can see me right here. And I hate this movie. But
I feel like Jay doesn't work.
He doesn't need to.
We don't need to.
But he hates the most. He just like he just knows like
I hate
because when I hate things, I'm just like I'm done with it.
Well, even like Steve Trevor. So Steve Trevor died 30, 40 years ago or whatever it was. Maybe I think 40 years. World War. Yeah. So anyway, so he's back, and he's mesmerized by all these new things. Well, he's mesmerized by a metro. They had metros back then. The first metro was in 1904. 1904. Again. And they had some underground subways in the 1800s. Why is he amazed by that?
And I don't know because
in New York City they had subways.
The movie sucked. Let's just
subway system has been around for a while.
Let's give it our scores.
So
I'm guessing you're gonna go 7.
Yeah, no, go kill yourself. So
big 7 guy.
Gal Gadot. She deserves to be Wonder Woman. This is not her fault. This is Patty Jenkins' fault.
I thought she did great.
Yeah, it's not Gal's fault. It's not her fault for this movie being bad. She deserves to be Wonder Woman. I don't see anybody else playing that role.
No.
If she was not in this,
maybe
if she was not, shut up. If she was not in this movie, if Gal was not in this movie, my score would be lower. So I want you to think about that when I say my score is a 3.
Oh, all right.
My score is a 3 only because she's in it.
All right. You want to?
It's a deuce 2.
You know what's funny? I thought I was gonna be the lowest with a 3 as well.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you won 3. Okay.
The only reason I would be lower if Gal was not Wonder Woman in this. If they had somebody else, it would be a 1.
I kept watching this. And I just kept laughing. I'm like, what is going on in this movie? Like, I just didn't.
I hate this movie.
I hated the villains, and I like. You know what's funny too? I think DC overall has better superheroes than Marvel, but the movies that Marvel makes are so much better. Like they have the 2 big ones, and I think Wonder Woman's she's also big. Yeah. But Batman, Superman. Yeah. I think Justice League is bigger than the Avengers.
Yeah,
it's just
much bigger.
It's just that Marvel, they just make better movies.
Yeah.
Hey, do better, DC, please.
Yeah, you suck.
All right. You any close?
2, 3. What was your 3?
Yeah.
That's it. Let's be
this
done
movie
with it.
Sucks.
All right. Like and subscribe, and we're out.